All right, gentlemen, we've been on the floor. Protect yourself at all
What
times.
time do y'all know?
Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean. Touch gloves. Let's do it.
Dustin Poirier versus my
Attention,
boy.
UFC main event.
No,
There's
that's not my
just
boy.
not a
Dan
whole
Hooker is
lot
not my
like
boy.
it
I
in
repeat,
all
he's not my
of
boy.
professional sports. Dan
I hate his
Hooker,
accent too.
plus 200 at close. Brooklyn Glenn getting started
Damn.
for round one.
Ready.
He is the underdog
Ready.
tonight against the
Fight.
minus 240 favorite, Dustin Poirier.
Let's see this.
Poirier out of the southpaw stance is in black. Hooker will switch stances. He is in
I
gray.
know this.
Good kick.
I just want to say, I know this is an old fight, but who doesn't like this fight? I haven't met one person who doesn't like
Body
this fight.
right off the bat.
Yeah, trading heavy kicks early. There's that knee. Just threw it
Oh,
out
look how
there. Just let
empty it is,
Dustin
man.
know, hey,
COVID,
be
what
careful,
a
buddy.
sound.
You come in my range, you're going to eat one of these.
Yeah, Poirier acknowledged that right knee as Hooker's best weapon with us on Thursday. Hooker with an early land with the left hand. Partial block by Poirier.
Yeah, that left hand is a very dangerous weapon of Dan Hooker. Taking multiple guys out with that. Doubles up on it nicely as well. Goes to the body, goes to the head. So Poirier does have to be careful.
I don't know who's
Poirier's
talking.
one of those guys. Always
Yeah, I'm
does
not
his
gonna lie.
homework. He knows what. He
I'm
knows
not
what
that
he's in for
cultured,
here.
but I do not know the commentators, man. I know
Notice
Joe
that
Rogan,
Hooker's moving to the
DC,
weak side, beating the outside leg.
but
Poirier
these
earlier, always
commentators,
circling
man,
left. Then when he decides to go right, he
I
throws
got
a two
no
kick to
idea.
the body, which also hides the right
I
knee.
respect them
So
too.
he uses the right leg to hide that right knee. Great left hand by Poirier there, but Hooker is setting things up by throwing other stuff to hide the big weapons later in this fight, I believe.
Well, Hooker's already landed 2 low carb kicks as well. They're one of his good weapons. That left hook found the home.
33rd pro fight for Poirier. He's never lost 2 straight. Had a pretty invasive hip surgery after the Khabib fight last year. They had to microfracture his femur. Labrum was torn as well. But Poirier, a clean bill of health after the 9-month layoff coming in tonight.
Hooker's looking so smooth here. There it is
I'm not
again.
gonna
He
lie,
felt it.
Dan did a lot better than I thought, bro. I thought he was, I didn't think he was a bum or anything bad like that, but I thought he was like, someone that was about
That
to
one
get
not
checked.
really hurting.
Crazy to think of all the
No, he did a lot
featherweight
better.
success for these two guys,
A lot
given
better
how big at least
against
Hooker
Dustin
looks
than I
at
thought.
lightweight.
Got him right in the cup. Poirier says it's all good.
Yeah, that's what the cup's for. First round, you don't want to take a break. Oh, there it is again. That's 2 in a row. Like, come on, dude.
Listen to business.
Ha! Did you hear that? Poirier said, listen to Bisping.
That's a smart guy. I mean, people should live their lives by that motto.
Ooh, big hook. And see, that's hooks. Those hooks are landing for Hooker, and he's good at throwing those backwards as well. That's what's threatening about him, is he'll move forward with it to get to the weak side of Poirier, and he can also move backwards with that check hook.
Nice kick to the body from Dustin after Hooker had attacked that lead leg of Poirier yet again. Ooh, good connection up top by Hooker.
It's just a nice read to transition to that left hook. That's how you got to beat a southpaw. You lead with the hook, and you lead with the left hand.
This is
Every
what
time.
Poirier's got to do. Now he's on the inside. He's got the double underhooks, got the body lock. We try and get it down to the
Oh,
floor.
I
Either
remember
way,
this
he's got
fight.
to stay in the pocket, stay in the range, keep him up against the fence, minimize the movement of Dan Hooker, and then go to work with his own shots in the boxing range.
And Hooker was expectant in our conversation with him on Thursday that Poirier would be trying to work him to the fence and potentially get him down. Able to avoid that fate here early.
And listen, they know how to drill takedown defense at City Kickboxing. Look at Adesanya. Everyone says, oh, Adesanya, just a kickboxer. He's meant to take him down. His takedown defense has been
just
pretty
kickboxing.
perfect in the UFC. And Dan Hooker also. Oh, good kick.
And Poirier doubles up on that body kick. Edson Barboza, the only man to beat Dan Hooker on this
God, what an exchange.
historic lightweight fight.
Oh.
Big crack from Poirier.
Big shot.
Awesome body kick, and then he follows it up.
Look at that great work. Separates the grip, gets the tight clean.
Oh, the hammer
Nice
fist. I
elbow.
remember
Drops an
this.
elbow, but Hooker comes with the body shots.
No? Nah, he was coming here.
Hooker's on the pressure. He's looking for that knee.
Look at that.
Who does hammer fist like that?
Nice
That is a
stick and
straight
roll by
dog move,
Poirier.
man.
Oh, man,
Now
these
Hooker
guys.
connects again.
This is fun.
Like, I don't mean to glaze, but like, imagine you got a dude up in front of you do this to him, bro. Like, I feel like I'm doing 0 damage doing this. Like, first of all, pause on this move right here. But I'm just saying, like,
And right in the pocket right there with Poirier and just saying, let's do this. And then he's throwing the knees and the elbows in that pocket to mix it up. Nice job by Hooker making those adjustments.
Poirier was so calm, right? There was Hooker landing shots, but the facial expressions, calm, composed, boom, fired back, landed a good shot. Yeah.
Fighting like a guy who's been in now 8 UFC main events, has Poirier. Under 30 seconds here to go in round 1.
And that body work's adding up for Hooker. He keeps throwing hooks to the body on Poirier. Poirier's going with that kick. Nice left hand.
Yeah, the counter left is there. Beautiful work by Poirier.
Poirier's hands looking fast early tonight. Hooker keeps him at bay with a perfect jab.
Stiff jab.
Right hand over the top for Dustin. Great start to a great fight.
All right, let's take a look at some of the action. There's
bro,
a
the difference
nice
in
left
power
hand
is
from
so insane,
Hooker.
man.
Poirier eats it well. There's that right hand. On the inside here, a little creativity there from Dustin Poirier. I like that. The exchange blows. About 30 seconds there. That was really nice work.
All right, round 2. Hooker opens with a body attack. And now a jab.
Nice. I like how he keeps kicking out that inside leg because that takes away the base so that Poirier can't fire his left hand. And there it is right there.
And look at the variety as
I'm
well.
not gonna lie, Dan is looking more technical than Dustin.
Getting
But
close.
Dustin is just so
These are big
powerful.
shots.
Oh, he's got him hurt a little bit. I mean, those are big shots. They're both trading.
Big right from Hooker now. Back and forth we go.
They're both ready to just let it all out. Nice.
Look at this.
Catches the knee, threatens a
Can he get it?
takedown. Great defense by Hooker here. He's got the whizzer. He's got his feet perpendicular or parallel with the fence.
So
he can
Dustin
defend.
noticed he was taking too much
Look at
damage
this.
on the
And
feet.
body lock by Poirier here.
Oh, nice.
Nice instincts there by
Yeah,
Poirier.
so creative, you know? He's like, okay, all right, I can't get the takedown, but I see your face and I have a hand for it.
What an awkward
So
position.
Hooker's
to
going
be
to want to
in,
move. There it is. That's what he's got to do to get out. Move that left leg.
Watch the knee.
Watch the clinch here.
man. Oh my goodness.
Huge elbow as part of that exchange out of
The
Poirier.
first punch would have knocked me out, man.
Nice
Ah.
knee from Hooker. Poirier gets out. Now Hooker to the body.
Look at this.
Here comes the knee soon.
Wow.
They're in the pocket trading.
Wow.
I mean,
You hear these
come on.
commentators.
This is incredible.
They know this is crazy.
Watch your neck, Dustin.
Good underhooks by Hooker here. Jacks him up, turns it. See if they stay in the pocket here, if they separate.
Whoa. It looked like he was too far away from a knee. So he gave him a little toe bump.
Little reset there from Poirier. He has thrown a lot of potential fight enders that Hooker has eaten.
Yes, bro. Those fight enders
This is a crazy
Bro.
pace that they're keeping right now. I mean, they're not even 2 full minutes in. And they've
Took
thrown
Dan
a
right
ton
to the
of
hospital
punches in
right
this
after this
round,
fight,
and they've
man.
eaten a lot of damage too.
Can they
Put
keep
him
it
on
up?
the stretcher
And
and
as we
everything.
said on the way in, right, when it's at range like this is where Hooker has a lot of success. When Poirier can get on the inside and brawl, and, you know, technically brawl, that's when he's having success.
And what I love is that every time Hooker fires something, you see Poirier just step through a punch him and fire something back. Now you're seeing him just always continue to come forward and pour on the pressure, Poirier. If you just eat Hooker's shots and don't fire back, he's going to keep adding them up, adding them up. Ooh, good 1-2 by Hooker there.
Both guys landing power shots largely at will. Both landing.
Oh my god, look how
at
much
a
sand
serious
is breathing.
percentage. Poirier at 68%.
Oh! I mean, both guys are exhausted already, and I'm not surprised because they're throwing with 100% effort with every shot, looking for the knockout every time.
Not, they're both taking a breather.
Nice lead elbow there. Hooker certainly wearing it, but staying tough.
I mean, both these guys have completely thrown caution to the wind, and they're just firing on each other and not really playing safe at all. They're just sitting in the phone booth and scrapping. It's
And they're
awesome.
talking. Poirier just
Ooh.
acknowledged
Very
that
good
jab from
example.
Hooker.
Sitting
Nice
in the
body
bone
kicks,
booth.
3 good punches for Dustin. And now it's Dan
Fighting.
Hooker's turn. They're just like going back and forth. One guy has like 30 seconds where I'm going to beat you up, and then they switch positions.
Both
Dustin's
guys,
trying to take his head off.
both guys
Take
are
his-
bleeding from the eyes and just continuing to fire on each other. It's awesome.
Dustin is definitely trying to take his head off.
Under 90 seconds here to go in round
Yeah, this
2.
fight definitely gave both of them
Nobody's really been
CTE.
able to get stay in boxing range with Hooker this long, right? I mean, look how much he's adding up the punches, getting in with the pressure.
Whoa, gotta watch
Nice
that
knee,
knee.
nice left hand by Hooker there.
I was just about to say, it looks like
It's
Dustin's
crazy to see
taking
Dan
over,
Hooker
right
is
when I
actually
say that,
standing here like,
here's Hooker
you can
firing
tell
back,
he's
good
hurt,
body shot there,
but he's
came
still
very
like,
close to
he's
the
still
knee.
trying to stand up for
Dustin's got to
Dustin,
be
man.
careful. He can't get
Gotta
too
respect it.
overconfident. When the momentum shifts his way, he gets a little reckless, and he's got to be careful
No
because
more than
he'll
just standing there.
onto a giant knee.
The way that Hooker's throwing that body shot, that left hook, he's setting up that one right there. He's so good. We saw him landing on Gilbert Burns. And look at the shin of Poirier from eating that calf kick all night on the inside. I mean, it's swollen big. And now he's starting to check it and see it and fire down the middle whenever Hooker throws it.
It's not illegal.
Oh!
It's a YouTube video.
Combination from Hooker. Retreat now. Hooker goes to the body.
Nice takedown defense.
I mean, how
not illegal
Dustin
if they
stayed
post it on
his feet
YouTube.
is beyond me.
I mean, just that takedown attempt was just enough to create a little
Oh
bit of
my
time
God,
so that Poirier didn't have to keep eating
much
those
is
shots.
bleeding?
That was a nice takedown attempt there just to get some time.
That gave him a lifeline, but those body
Hooker
shots, you
digs
can't
into the
take
body, and
those.
now Poirier with a counter.
Oh my gosh.
Look at
Oh
this.
my god. Nah, commentators say, oh my gosh.
Oh my God!
Poirier in real trouble.
Dustin, wow!
One of the best rounds of 2020, unless you like defense.
I mean, huge
Unless you like
slugfest here, but
defense.
look at the exchanges here. Nice body shots to an uppercut, and he just keeps ripping uppercuts, body shots, uppercuts, body shots. It's so fun to watch. And then you see Poirier with a counter left hook. I mean, these guys just say, you know what? You hit me, I'll hit you. You hit me, I'll hit you. And let's just let the world see it, because this is amazing to watch, the toughness of these gentlemen.
So it seems as though we did not overstate the potential of this lightweight main event.
Yeah, I mean, come on, this is, I mean, in recent memory, the best fight I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, right,
Because
right.
this is amazing.
I like how you
Oh
said
my
it.
god, look at that cut on
Yeah,
his
but
eyelid,
every
man.
fight I see when it's good, I'm like, this is the best fight I've ever seen.
So that is a nasty cut.
I think I believe this
right
fight
eyelid
went to
of Dan
decision, man.
Hooker, and not at all in an optimal location, I wouldn't think.
We still got 3 rounds left.
Yeah, that's a long time, especially the way these guys are fighting. They can't continue like this. Somebody's gonna fall.
Yeah, somebody's getting out of here. That's how
Yeah.
both of these guys
That
are
didn't
fighting to
happen.
finish.
Beautifully done to the body by Poirier.
That was nice. He faked the left high kick and came with a 1-2. I mean, just missed that right hand.
Yeah, the right hook just missed.
Nice counter hook.
Hooker went 5 hard rounds with Paul Felder in his first UFC main event back in February. Eats a right hand there. Thought this fight might happen mid-May. Was happy to have the extra time here to prepare for a late June date. Hooker with a left hand over the top.
I mean, both guys are starting to breathe hard. It looks like Hooker's slowing down a little bit, which is understandable. This has been a crazy pace. Both guys taking a lot of damage.
It'd be almost inhuman to not slow down a little after those first 2 rounds for sure. But they're looking like that. I mean, the accuracy of Poirier, he always lands in these shots. He doesn't miss very often. When he fires, he lands.
Yeah, no, of course, when you're getting beaten up like this, on both sides, it's going to slow you down. I mean, it's like, imagine you're a race, you know, you're a runner. They time you to run 400 meters, it takes a certain time. Then beat the crap out of someone, I guarantee they'll do it a little slower.
Right. And you saw the interim champion Justin Gaethje chime in recently, just alluding to the championship hunger, right? This fight is a byproduct of a lot of things, but man, do these guys want it.
Well, this fight also is about who is potentially the next contender, right? Because you've got Justin Gaethje going to fight Khabib. And
Oh,
then at the top,
takedown.
you know,
Oh,
I mean,
he's got that. That's in there.
Oh, he's trying
This is
to get
one of
some.
Poirier's best weapons is this guillotine,
Yeah,
too.
he's getting
And
out.
he's
Oh, I
sucking
don't
it in
know.
tighter and tighter.
tight.
That's in there.
And he's-
That is tight,
Nah,
tight.
you're not
It
doing
looks like he might have this, guys. That is so...
No, he just gets out.
Hooker's out.
Beautiful job. Hooker just tucks
Look
his
at
chin,
this.
slides
Triangle.
out.
Triangle attempt.
Oh, he was so close. And, you know, that's what happens as you get into the rounds. We start getting slippery. Things that are in slip right out. Poirier's got that overhook on the left
What are
side.
these guys doing, man? He's one CT
Right
at this
knee.
point.
Come
Gonna
under
look for
the
a
elbow.
triangle here.
A triangle or a Kimura. It's the triangle that he's looking for, trying to get the leg past the arm, therefore he can get the leg over the neck.
Hooker definitely knows that triangle's coming. He gets his right arm out of there to take away that option. Poirier goes to the other side overhook, tries on the other side.
Nice short elbow from Poirier. He had a similar submission attempt against Khabib Nurmagomedov last September that was fairly close.
Armbar.
I mean, he's very
Who
active
screamed armbar?
from the bottom in this guard right here. He's slicing elbows, and he's not just sitting here waiting. He's trying to create something from the bottom, Poirier.
No, he's been very aggressive from his back. He's trying to set up a lot of submissions here, but I always say 2-3 sub attempts, and then if you don't get it, time to get up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if he's probably going to lose the round.
And how about the smarts of Hooker to go for the takedown? These guys were trading back and forth. Let's take that away. Let me get this round. Let me try to get some ground control and just not take as much damage as we go into the third, fourth round. And that's a smart move by Hooker here to fight like this.
I think that was Dustin just said, what's the time? Taking advantage of the fact there's no crowd. And now he's trying to get back to his feet. He's trying to wall walk. He's going to... Oh, he's trying to look for the neck again.
He's digging for it. That might give him some space to
Now
stand
he's going
up.
to get up. He's going to watch his back.
Nice job by Poirier to use that to stand up.
Well-timed knee there by Hooker on the way up. Short shot lands for Dustin.
And that's what you always talked about, using a submission attempt to get to your feet, Bisping.
Oh my
those landed
God.
Unbelievable fight as we come
What
down
was
to
that?
round 3.
Yeah, I don't know
Who was
how
that
these
kicking
guys
up,
are still
bro?
on their feet.
I think
How-
there's a lot of
Come on,
people watching this who cannot at all relate to
Yeah.
the heart, the physical, and mental toughness.
I mean, Dan Hooker has taken some exceptionally heavy punches. And so's Dustin Poirier.
I think you got to go to the body on these guys. What's the hope of going to the head anymore?
What's that?
I mean, they're just eating everything. Look at their faces.
15 minutes in the can. Main event rounds forthcoming.
Oh my
Bro, that
goodness.
dude's head is bloody.
All right, another insanely action-packed round. There's a good jab from Dustin. Left hand finds the mark. And it was just like this from start to finish, to be honest. But here's Dan Hooker. Surprises him with the double leg. Of course, Dustin goes for the same guillotine he tried on Khabib. And then he threw up a variety of submissions. Eventually got back to the feet. And then they went right back to doing what they did the entire fight. Beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
You saw Eugene Behrman in the corner of
Oh
Dan
my
Hooker
goodness.
as we show you the graphic
98
there.
head strikes.
Hooker
Yeah.
mixed it up very nicely. Poirier, largely a headhunter tonight, but he's landing at a 67% clip. I mentioned Eugene Behrman. He don't want to be hurt in that corner, right? Keeps everything close to the vest, but you did hear him say you got to be disciplined. So looking for a little bit more.
Yeah, that's right. And certainly now in round 4, when you're beaten, you're tired, you're injured, you're covered in cuts and blood, it's easy to, you know, lose the discipline, to lose the focus and just start brawling and swinging. It's like, no, hold on. Check your emotions. We came here with a game plan. Let's stick to it.
I just want to say this. It is so disappointing to see Dan Hooker lose against Michael Chandler, bro. That dude, Michael Chandler, he's my least favorite fighter, though, of all time, bro. He doesn't deserve to fight these greats like Justin Gage or that fight they were talking about with McGregor. Bro, you don't deserve to take McGregor out of retirement, bro. You're doo-doo garbage. No offense. I wouldn't say this fight. I'm in face-to-face.
Jab lands cleanly for Poirier. Hooker with a beautiful counter with his jab.
Oh, my
Beautiful
goodness,
job.
bro. Look at that. Alright, whiplash.
Look at Poirier keeping the pressure going. Nice takedown by Hooker there. That was a good decision there.
Very good decision, but wisely done by Poirier on this occasion. Got straight back to his feet, but of course, as we see, Hooker's like, I don't care if you're back on your feet. I'm still going to go for a choke.
Poirier will stay on the hands, probably walk his right leg towards the fence, twist, try to get Hooker off of him.
We see Poirier 2 hands on the canvas.
Goes for a switch here.
Nicely done.
Well, when Poirier needs those bursts defensively. They are there for him. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, round 4.
Well, I think the game plan for Hooker is very evident here. He switched it up, go for a takedown. Sorry, Dom.
We're seeing Poirier going for guillotines now instead of defending all the takedowns. So sometimes he's giving up the takedown, trying for the guillotine.
Yep.
And now he's going back to try to even the score on those takedowns.
Bro,
And not
Dan
much
Hooker,
resistance
I
there
mean,
from
Dan,
Hooker as Poirier grounds him.
He's trying to pull that hand, and
Dan's
then that
tournament
will
would be
force,
sound like
well,
him,
it will allow Poirier to put him on his back.
Yes.
He's trying to get him down flat on his back. As of right now, he's
Yes.
posting on that hand. But when Hooker gets up, he's got to be careful that he doesn't give up his back, because Poirier has mounted him now.
Poirier wants to keep his head higher
There it is.
than Hooker here. If he keeps
He's
his
going
head
to give up
higher,
his back.
he'll keep control.
Hooker's going to give up his back here. He's got to be careful. Look at this.
Now he's got the hand control, and
This
now
is
he can start
bad.
unloading.
This is bad.
Awesome job by Poirier to control the hands and keep this position. He's pressuring. It's going to be a lot of work for Hooker to get out of this.
Big elbow
This is
in
bad.
there.
This could be a finish coming up here, guys, because Poirier is an expert in this position. He has the grappling advantage.
Hooker's got to get that left leg out of there. That's what's keeping him down right now. That's why he can't stand up. He needs that left leg.
Oh, he's going to slide off. He's going to use those hooks to try and stay on, but it's hard.
Switches to a triangle.
Oh, and now we're
He wants an arm bar.
It's not all the way in, but he's switching to it. He's got to
Get
keep
it.
that thumb down.
Sock.
I mean,
This position's
come
too
on,
awkward.
this fight.
He might switch to a triangle here if he can get that left leg out of there.
Really get the angle on the arm bar there.
He's got to twist that thumb down. He's still got it. It's still
Oh, got it tight.
He's trying to step over.
Oh, no.
switches
gonna
to
step.
omoplata.
Yep.
Now from here, he has the option of going back to the armbar or going to the triangle. Let's see what he uses, or he can just crank this here. That's what we're seeing right now. He's cranking that.
With his right leg, he should kick forward. That will move Hooker forward and allow Dustin to sit up more, if you will, and then he can take his right arm and put it over the back of Hooker. Or just he can
Looks
take
like he's
his
just
right
doing
arm
it for
and put it
fun
over
now,
the
man.
back of Hooker. Or just hammer fist him.
It's just a nice little chess match here.
Less than a minute to go in the round. This is what high-level mixed martial arts is all about. Two guys in their fighting primes.
Oh. Sorry, my girlfriend texted me.
Hooker appeared pretty deflated a moment ago, but perhaps getting a little bit of that win back.
We'll see him go for the
Oh, he's
guillotine
going
again.
for it again.
And now it's
Guillotine?
like, now he's
Last
got the
20
full
seconds?
guard. It's really hard to get out of this if that lock is in
Oh.
there.
And Hooker, you know,
It's
he's had a
slippery, and he's just sliding him right over the top. Full guard is the best way to hold that down, but if that head is slippery, it's hard to keep these guillotines.
And listen, at the end of the round, with 20 seconds left, it's not a bad idea.
Oh, look at these
4
guys.
minutes left, 3
Man, these
minutes
guys
left,
just
I'd
waiting
say
for the
no.
round
But
to be
20
over.
seconds, hey, go for it. You might just get it.
All right, that's 4 rounds. Those judges have a thankless job, don't they?
Oh, my word. I am, well, I would never be judging this, but I'm glad that I'm not.
Yeah, we see here the jab lands, and then he keeps following it up. Another jab. Nice body kick by Hooker here, and another body kick timed into a takedown for Hooker. Hooker's using a lot of strategies in this last 4th round, and now you see Poirier. He's got to keep that thumb locked in there, but it's because he doesn't, Hooker's able to switch that up, twist his hand, get out of there, and it turns into an omoplata attempt.
And how about the corner of Dustin Poirier? You having fun? He's like, yeah, I'm having a blast. The best line ever.
The 5th and final round. We'll see who emerges as the bona fide lightweight contender here. The number's pretty even. The accuracy of Poirier is absurd. 72% on the significant strikes thus far.
Not surprised.
I mean, to this point, I would say this looks like it's a hard one to judge. It's a pretty even fight back and forth. We'll
Yeah.
see who wants it is in this 5th round. Wouldn't you say, Mike?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't been scoring it round by round, but I would say it's probably 2-2. It feels like it's even right now. Both guys had a lot of success, and both guys could get a finish. They're both injured. They're both tired. They're both beaten, covered in blood and cuts and bruises. But there is no quit. The desire to win has not diminished whatsoever.
Nice left hand by Poirier.
Yeah, if we look here, first round for Hooker, second round for Hooker, and then 2 big rounds for Poirier. So 2-2, I would say.
It comes down to this 5th round right here. This title, this is the championship round. That's why they have it.
Hooker trying to pick his spots, already has a career best in the UFC, 3 takedowns secured.
Yeah, Poirier was wise to the takedown attempt there, and he's like, no, Herb, I'm good, let's go. He's looking tired. Sometimes if you see your opponent so tight, you don't want to stop, even if it is a, groin strike, you're like, no, I'm good.
There's that Poirier jab on point again.
He's got to put something behind it, though. The jab's finding the target. Throw the left hand as well. Put some combos together. The same goes for Hooker as well.
I'd say what I'm seeing, the big difference in the 5th round is just the defense. I mean, Poirier's defense looks a little edge better. He's not eating quite as many.
Yep.
Just by a little. Over
Big
Hooker.
left hand a moment ago from Dan Hooker.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that one hurt.
How did Dan
Nicely
survive
defended.
this, man?
Poirier looking so good in this matchup,
I don't even know if Dan can like finish a complete sentence now, man. I think I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this dude's doing street fights now. So that dude is definitely like
Final
cuckoo.
2.5 minutes.
Oh, double left hand.
So nice.
Hooker largely unrecognizable late in this fight.
Now, does he go for the guillotine or does he defend? And he defends this time.
He needs to defend.
Oh, and he
Big
doesn't.
late takedown for Hooker, his 4th of the fight.
He did neither.
Not defense or guillotine. And he's trying for the guillotine. This might give him an opportunity to stand up.
Yeah, he's going to push down on that head, post on the right-hand side, and try to
Yeah, I don't
suck
think
his
Hooker
legs
wants
out
to
and get
stand
back
up
to his
anymore.
feet, which is exactly what he did. Try and not give up the back, but he did, unfortunately. That's the risk in that maneuver. And look at that, so nice. I mean, that is a lot of skill.
Ooh, good connection by Poirier. Hooker in on a takedown.
Nicely defended. I thought he was going to jump down for the guillotine again.
Smart move by Poirier, I believe, to just defend right now. He's
Nah,
tried
he
that guillotine
definitely
3 times. Gave up the takedown. Now he's defending. He's got the whizzer here.
Gonna push
God,
down on that
Hooker
head.
is desperate for this takedown, though.
Gonna turn
He
the
really
other
doesn't
way
want to
now.
stand up. He knows he's going to lose if he does.
Yeah, Dustin hears it. They're telling Hooker to switch off to a single, let go of the double, grab the one leg. Problem is no crowd. Dustin's well aware of it. And again, he's looking for that neck.
Final minute of this epic lightweight main event. Seemingly anybody's fight here late. Oh, nice short uppercut from Poirier. Tie clinch here for
Watch
Dan
that
Hooker.
clinch. Nice. Chucked it off and fires back. Last 30.
Oh,
Huge.
I'm not going to lie, I would have thought that dropped him.
Oh!
That guillotine
Dan
really,
Hooker.
really created an
That
opportunity.
guy's a warrior.
Poirier's just trying to pour it on right
That
now.
guy's a warrior, man.
Crank that neck and just make it miserable in this top position, hanging over Hooker.
Well, he's
Good
got
hand
15
control.
seconds, so he's got to just tee off with that left hand, score some shots, score some points, and send the message to the judges.
And Poirier finishing this fight very, very strong. I mean, these guys stand up and applause on
What
that
a
one.
fight.
Oh
I
my
think I
God.
speak for all the fans around the world when we congratulate Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker. Poirier dancing his way around the octagon, appeared to be the far fresher fighter to my eyes, Dom, over the final 10.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like a champion tonight. He looked like a champion tonight. He came, he finished that 5th round strong. He fired back anytime Hooker landed on him. And Hooker, Hooker looked like a champion too. It's just he ate a little bit more than Poirier in that 5th round.
Yeah, I was going to say both guys looked absolutely outstanding. Non-stop action from start to finish. And my word, I didn't think we'd see a decision, to be honest, because the way they were hitting each other, with the ferocity, with the frequency. I mean, come on, hats off to both these guys.
All right, we'll look back at it, Michael.
All right, here we go. I mean, it started off, Hooker was doing very, very well, landing some good clean shots, landing those calf kicks. Definitely looked, you know, the guy that was having more success. But then round 2 was kind of similar, but the tide was starting to turn. Dustin Poirier putting together excellent boxing combinations, getting on the inside, but of course Hooker.
Oh, what a crazy fight, man.
To see was able to
Dominance, landing big shots.
I do know that Bruce Buffer
Look at the damage difference. Like, damn, bro.
has
damn,
the
Hooker doesn't even
scorecards.
look the
Here's
same
Buff with
no
the
more,
official
bro.
decision.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yo,
after
Dan is praying. He is praying to some
5
god out there.
rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 48-47, 48-47, and 48-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, Dustin the Diamond
Hey, props to Dan, bro.
Poirier.